You wouldn't know it, but today is the last day of 2023. And this is Utah, home of the greatest snow on earth. But there isn't a whole lot of snow. It's more like a spring day, although it's 40 degrees. See Ben Lomond over there in the distance has some snow on it. That sound is my dog pulling his leash. Otherwise, the mountains here by my home are pretty dry. A lot of people out hiking today, walking their dogs. Always called this the broccoli tree, especially in summer. It totally looks like broccoli. I hike this trail a lot, so it may look familiar if you've followed my channel for a while. Usually in the spring and in the fall, I like to get out and hike the foothills near my home because it's so beautiful. You can see the city down there and the smog. Not the best air quality today, but I like to come up here when it's cooler because in the summer there's no shade up here really, and it's way too hot to be out here really. Not a lot different than being on Antelope Island. There's not any shade in sight. It's a beautiful trail and it's right near my home. Cactus. Bonneville Shoreline Trail System. We're gonna head towards the Indian Trail. Trying to do something a little different, kind of a hike and talk. This is more or less a channel update. It's a nice view over here. That's Ogden Canyon. Driven by that waterfall many times. Right there in the middle of the screen. Doesn't look like much from here. I'll roll in some footage of what it looks like up close. Anyway, just an opportunity for me to catch up with you guys in the winter. Things kind of slow down, and I've been working a lot of overtime. So I haven't really had a chance to get out. I figured today, being a beautiful Sunday, I don't have to work till 7:30 tonight. I figured I'd get out and we could chat for a while and take in some of the amazing scenery near my home. Well, we're up a little higher, but I just stopped to take a breather. It gets pretty steep going up this Indian Trail, as it's called. Just looking out over the valley, you can actually see where the smog stops, the definite line. We're probably going to hike up to at least parallel with it. Ben Lomond over there is 9,712 feet, and it goes about a third of the way up that mountain. And I live at 4,000 feet, and we've hiked up maybe 500 feet. So I think we'll be either level with the smog or above it. Here's another view of that waterfall. Part of it is frozen, only a piece of it in the middle is flowing. Yeah, let's go. That's right. He's all excited to be on this hike. Loves to hike, hates to camp. Oh well. Go. He keeps stopping to see if I'm coming. And I've got him on the end of his leash. Duh. It's getting a little patchy in here, the snow. I don't know what Scrap's problem is. He keeps turning around and wanting to go back to the car. I have this problem with him once in a while. He just won't go forward. Nope, let's go this way. We're gonna cut off the trail. It's kind of been a wrestling match with him. He keeps stopping and running off to the side, running back the other way. So, we'll just pull off here. This looks private enough with a nice view. Okay, come on. Come on. This isn't new, buddy. It's strange because he acts like it's the first time he's ever done this, and it's not. He's so unsure of himself. I know I've mentioned in other videos that he's a rescue. I've had him almost his whole life, but he was about 6 months old when I adopted him, and somebody had abused him, and he has no confidence. He's constantly looking to me for, what do I do now? Where do I go now? Okay, I'm just gonna walk. He's just gonna have to figure it out. Whew, yeah, we're about, I'd say, almost level with the smog. Let me find a place to sit and we'll talk. If Scraps will cooperate. Where are you going? Good idea. Alright, there's our view. The road going through the canyon all the way up to Pine View Reservoir. And a place called the Ogden Valley, which is strange because this is where Ogden City is, right over there. You can't really see it, it's too smoggy. Ogden City, downtown. This is not the Ogden Valley though. Named after a man, of course, with the last name of Ogden. And we've found a nice cozy little spot over here to sit and chat. Well, today I just kind of wanted to talk about some of my ideas for the channel. You've noticed the videos have been coming, but maybe monthly. That's just because in the winter time everything kind of slows down, and I've had to pick up a bunch of overtime, both for myself personally, for financial reasons, and also because we're short-handed at work, so I haven't been able to get out as much. I apologize, but I will as soon as I can. I still have some videos from last year that I have uploaded but haven't published yet. So those will be coming, but slowly. Just so that you have something to watch through the winter. I could release them all right now, and basically I'd be out of videos and you'd hear nothing for months. So I figured today was a good day to get out. The sun is out, the sky is blue except for the smog, and me and Scraps needed the exercise. It is the last day of 2023, and for me it's been a good year. It hasn't been a bad year, but it hasn't been an awesome year. It's been an okay year. Just kind of cruised along like this. I didn't have any major health problems or mishaps with my car or anything like that, so mostly it's been a pretty smooth sailing course. So I have no complaints about 2023. I got out quite a bit more than I thought I did. If you saw the last video I posted, it's now my channel trailer. That's the best of 2023, and I was surprised how much I actually got out. It didn't feel like I did. And most of those outings were with friends or my kids, that kind of thing. Very few solo outings. It was just the year for getting together with people and getting to know them, or You know, a lot of them were firsts, like meeting Nicole hikes a lot, and her husband Tim eats a lot. Their channel will be linked down below. And then my buddy Kent came with me to the Kuberant Basin where Garrett Bardsley disappeared. That's a couple of videos back from this one. My buddy Joe got out with me a couple of times, once in Antelope Island and once up in the Uintas. So that was fun. We had a good time together. Good friends, good times. My kids were very involved this year. They usually are, I just don't always film it when my kids tag along. They're my youngest. My youngest two are now 13 and 14. And the 14-year-old will be 15 in March. And I'll have to teach him how to drive soon. My oldest kids, Murphy still lives with me, but he's on the road a lot. He's a truck driver, so he's gone a lot. He's home maybe 1 day a week. He has a 34-hour reset, and then he's back on the road again. But he was home a lot through the holidays, so we were able to spend time with him. And Ashlyn and Abby, my oldest son Ash, and his wife Abby, they live down in Salt Lake. I haven't heard from them in a while. So things have gone well. Things are peaceful. I have no complaints. Let's see. As far as the channel goes, I have lots of plans to get out this year. I don't know how much of it will be with friends. It just depends on their availability. But I do plan on doing a lot more solo stuff this year. I know in an upcoming video, I actually bailed on a backpacking trip I went on by myself, and I just felt kind of burned out and exhausted, and I just went home. I didn't even spend the night. You'll see that coming up in a couple of videos from now, but I needed a break. I think mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So I took a break, but things are still on track. I just haven't been able to get out. So there's that. And also, you know, a funny thing happens, and I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but a funny thing happens whenever I upload a video. I always lose 1 or 2 subscribers almost immediately. And then throughout the life of the video, when it's the newest video, I'll gain a couple subscribers, and I play this yo-yo game where I gain 2, I lose 2, I gain 2, I lose 2. And I want to welcome everybody who's subscribed. I'm grateful for it. I don't usually get on and talk about please subscribe, please like, please comment. I just kind of let things run their natural course. That's kind of how I live my life. People come, people go. It's up to them whether they want to be part of my life or not. The channel's no different. But what I want to do is pose a few questions, like what I can do to improve the channel. It's important to me that people like what they see. But I also don't want to constantly be pandering to people to give them what they want either. I want this channel to be part of my history too. So I guess what I'm asking is, do you want more talking or just as much talking in my videos, or do you want less? Do you want more of an ASMR experience? Do you want to see more solo trips, more group trips? You know, just drop a comment below if you have some ideas, things you'd like to see, things you didn't like so much. I won't be offended by it. But what it comes down to is I don't want to keep putting out content that people don't necessarily want to see. You know, maybe you don't want to know so much about me and want to know more about the outdoors. Maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. But I have some really cool places in mind this year to go visit, and a lot of them will be solo for sure. Anyway, I just thought I'd put that out there, and I appreciate any input. You know, if you want to come on and say, hey dude, you talk too much, or you share too much personal stuff, or I mean, I've actually backed off quite a bit on the personal stuff. I don't do that much anymore. But I do want people to watch. Why would I put it on YouTube if I didn't want people to watch? So there's that, and there's also, you know, I may be dead tomorrow and my videos will still be here. So there's that posterity end of things, you know, leaving something behind, sharing with you what I have to share. You know, I've done it all in my 53 years of life. I'm the same age as the Grinch now. For 53 years, I put up with it now. Got to stop Christmas from coming, but how? I actually really like Christmas. I've been a musician. I've pursued music professionally, and it didn't work out. I quit that years ago. I still play guitar privately just for fun and sing songs and that kind of thing, but I don't really pursue it anymore. It's kind of left me. I have written books, and those didn't really go anywhere, so I just kind of let those go. I don't really write a whole lot anymore. I love to write, but as far as a passion, as something I want to do, it's just not all fired up in me. And then there's YouTube here. I've worked really hard for the last 10 years on helping this channel grow, and it hasn't grown that much, and that's okay. I don't make money off YouTube. There's nothing in this for me except connection with other people. So, and posterity. I've even thought about chopping this channel up into like showing some personal aspects of my life mixed in with outdoorsy stuff. But then I realized, you know, the whole reason people are here is to see the outdoors, not to see, you know, what food I made for dinner in my kitchen. You know, I've had a personal vlog before where I did that kind of thing and it didn't take off, so I quit doing it. It's not there. So anyway, I'm looking through the lens of the camera. I'm looking at statistics. I'm looking at numbers. I'm looking at who's watching and how many are subscribing and unsubscribing. And it's a very limited scope. What I want to hear from is people like you who have an honest input about what they'd like to see and what they don't want to see. And we'll go from there. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. You hear that a lot from YouTubers, and that's true. But I realize you're watching and you're part of this family, part of this group, and I want to know more. The other question I have is, do you want to still see long videos that are like an hour long? Or do you want to see videos that are short? A lot of outdoors videos, they're 12, 15 minutes long max. And they start running their mouths like I am and say, oh, I'm 20 minutes into this video, I better shut up, this is getting to be a long video. Which cracks me up because I tend to do longer videos, like an hour. My channel trailer is 2 hours long, and that's just because it encompassed the whole year of 2023, and it's just there for if you want to watch it, if you want to review the year, or if you're new to the channel and you want to see what it's about. That's all it's there for. But it literally took me 2 weeks to put that together, and that's the other part of this, is for the time and energy I put into filming, the hiking, the camping, the filming, taking it home, throwing it on the computer, editing it, usually for hours and hours until it's done, then uploading it, which takes a while, and then scheduling it, having it go out there and not do so well is kind of a letdown, kind of a frustrating thing. So I appreciate those of you who are still here. If you leave, that's okay too. You know, you have your reasons. I unsubscribe from people too. Sometimes that's just, I don't watch them anymore. It's that simple. So anyway, I'm just putting these questions out there. Anything you want to put in the comments, I would appreciate. So that's it. That's my spiel, what I had to say about where things are, where they're going, and also asking for input. And now let's take a look at what's in my backpack. I think, God, that car's loud. It's not as cool as you think it is, dude. Let's look at my pack. I'll show you what I brought. It's a very light pack today, and that's because I'm really not that far from my house, and I just brought the bare necessities. So in my main compartment, I have my roll pack. It's got my first aid, hygiene, and fire kit in it for emergencies or whatever. Now we're hearing police sirens. So much for the great outdoors, huh? I got a water bottle, Hydro Flask. It's a good one. That's filled with caffeinated sugar-free lemonade. Good energy source when I'm hiking. That's all that's in the main part. Holy cow. I'm gonna wait until that passes. Okay, I think the police have gone now. I think we ditched them, man. Okay, so I've got this beanie in here. Of course, it's blue, gray. It's got this fleece lining inside it, nice and warm, but I thought I would need it, and I really don't. It's gonna almost be 50 degrees today, which for December 31st in northern Utah is insane. I've got my GoPro to do some time lapse. That's mostly what I use that for anymore. Here's my snack today. I've got chunk light, wild caught light tuna in sunflower oil, very healthy, and some almond butter, a couple of pouches. That's my big snack. And this is really cool. Let me show you this. I was joking with my buddy Joe that I found a new way to ultralight, and this little plastic spork I got from a tuna pouch came with it. So I bought a couple of those pouches so that I would have these to use, and they just fold up and snap and fold away. So pretty cool, huh? This weighs like nothing. It won't even register on my scale. And then the only thing left in this is my glasses case. Blind as a bat without them. I'm gonna get some new glasses in the next month or so. These are Nikes, and I thought they would hold up well because they're made for sports. I don't like the way they look, and they won't stay on my face no matter how much I have them adjusted. So I'm kind of not impressed at all considering how much they cost. So I'm gonna put those on since we're sitting in the shade. And then these are Maui Jim, I believe, sunglasses. They were not cheap because they're prescription, so I take good care of them. Had them for a few years now. And that's it. That's all that's in there. That's my gear loadout. I think we'll start with the... I didn't bring you any treats, bud. We'll start with the almond butter. I kind of blew it during the holidays. All the low carb stuff I was doing, lost all that weight. Kind of went out the window through Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I'm back at it. I only gained about 10 pounds through the holidays from November to December, which isn't horrible. I can burn that off pretty quick. I'm back on the treadmill, back to hiking, back to anything I can do to stay healthy. So most of my food, it's kind of a challenge. Maybe some of you can help me out, but trying to find things that are low carb. Not necessarily no carb. The problem I have is trying to find backpacking food that is low carb. It's really hard to do. So I'll probably just ditch the whole low carb thing while I go on outings, except for little hikes like this. There's the almond butter. Want some? I'm gonna stuff my face with this. No crackers, nothing, just this. Good protein, good energy. You want some, huh? Come here. Oh yes. Yeah, I know. He likes peanut butter. But no, I'm not going to share this. I'll share the tuna, okay? I'll share this. No. Lay down. He's such a good dog. He's such a sweet dog. He's 10 years old, going on 11. And he's still got plenty of energy. Speaking of that, there's some changes coming, maybe, regarding another dog. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but I'll put it out there anyway. I have the opportunity to help home and train a small Chiweenie. It's a Chihuahua and a weenie dog mixed. It's also been through some abuse like Scraps did, and I've been pretty successful with him. He's like my right-hand man. He sleeps with me, he follows me everywhere. He knows that I'm his safe place. And I have the opportunity to bring another dog into the picture. It's been 2 years and a couple of days since I lost Bob, my Saint Bernard. That was hard on me. That one really got me. Like, I don't know what it is, but I've had dogs my entire life, From the time I was born to clear up till now, I've always had a companion of the canine variety. This stuff, it's hard to talk with this stuff. It kind of sticks to everything. And there will not be a time when I don't have a dog. Dogs have, there's a saying that a dog will never wake up in the morning and tell you they don't love you anymore. To a dog, to you, a dog is part of your world, but to a dog, you're their entire world. Another saying that gets passed around, but it's true. So you have to keep that in mind if you're going to be a pet owner. It's a commitment. He's a family member. The sad part about having such a faithful companion as a dog is that they don't live very long, and you tend to lose that companionship over and over again. And when we lost Bob, come here. Scraps here, he got really depressed, and I think he still struggles with the loneliness. I work nights, and so he's home alone a lot. He's learned to adjust to it, but poor guy, he misses Bob. Him and Bob got along really well. And anyway, when I lost Bob, it hurt like losing a person. I think because I'd been through a breakup, and you know, it was right after New Year's. I was thinking a lot about my mom and dad, and just all the people that have come and gone in my life, and now I've lost Bob. It really stung, and it's taken me 2 years to recover from losing Bob. So thankfully I've had this knucklehead the whole time, and he's been a fantastic companion. But I think he needs a friend too, besides just me. He needs a puppy friend, and it's a smaller dog, so it'll probably go over better than getting another large dog. What I've noticed as I've grown older is, and these are the personal things I'm talking about, if you don't want to hear them, let me know in the comments. But you know, I went through a breakup a few years ago, and it stopped me in my tracks, and I quit dating completely. And I haven't had anyone in my life since. And what I've noticed as I've grown older is that grief has a greater hold on me than it used to. When my wife died, when I was 33, she was 34, I think it took me about 3.5 years and a lot of mistakes in between when she died and that 3.5 years mark to feel like I was myself again, to feel like I wasn't grieving anymore. I made some poor choices during that time and just did the best I could. And it was a rough time, but I was able to finally discover later in my life, many years later, when I met someone that I thought was pretty special, that I could love like that again. And unfortunately, she didn't feel the same way. So the grief part of it has been harder to recover from than it used to be. So I know everybody out there gets touched by grief, the loss of a pet, a child, a loved one, a spouse, a breakup, whatever it is you go through. Life has loss in it, and you can either fight against it and lose your mind, or you can embrace it and try to work through it. And I've done both, and I've finally worked through it, and so hopefully 2024 is kinder and brings a renewal of sorts into my life and Scrap's life. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Just some thoughts on grieving. If you're grieving, I understand completely. I am well acquainted with grief, and unfortunately we've become pretty good friends over the years. So let's try this wild-caught tuna and sunflower oil, and I'll actually share this with Scraps. I don't know where I put my little spork. Gotta be careful with these ones with oil in them. Get them on your clothes and it's never coming out. So it kind of looks like Spam. Want some? I said that and Scraps came over. Yeah, I want some. There we go. It was not very big. You wouldn't want to eat a mountain house with this because you get your hands all messy, but I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Oh yeah. I'd much rather have tuna in oil than water. This is awesome. Did you know that this little pouch has more protein than one large egg? And more DHA and EPA omega-3s than 3 ounces of cod. I just know it tastes good and it's satisfying. And what a view to eat in front of. I know it's smoggy, but it's still beautiful. And it is my hometown. At least it is now. Hey, buddy. It's tuna. Here, come here. Right there. He wasn't as excited about the tuna as I thought he'd be. What? You have some still right there. Washed down with some caffeinated lemonade. That's good. Well, guys, I think that's about it. I just wanted to hike up here and have a walk and talk, catch up with you on the channel, let you know what's going on. I think Scraps is ready to hit the trail again. From here, we're just gonna hike back to the car. Call it a day. Come here. He's very vigilant. He's keeping an eye on things for us. Keeping his ears alert. His nose in the wind. What an incredible view. What a beautiful day. Better clean this mess up, huh, buddy? Should we clean up? Go for a walk? Yeah. Let's hit the trail, man. Clean this up. Well, my friends, do yourselves a favor. Get off the couch, get outside in nature, and have an adventure. The views, my friends, are spectacular. Scraps doesn't think so. And if you can't get off the couch, come along with me. I could use the company. We will see you soon in the next adventure. Take care, guys.